Welcome back, my loves. And if you are new to the channel, I am Johanna Burkhardt. I am the Soul Shaman, and this is your Ascension energy forecast for the month of May 2019 with galactic guidance from my collective team. When I sit with the energy of May, and for myself, I've already been feeling this energy arising. The overall month feels as if it's going to be focused on balance, on stepping into the energy of neutrality, of living in that state of awareness of our own internal turmoils, emotions, reactions, responses. Because during the month of May, there is going to be a lot of timeline shifting. There's going to be a lot of stirring of the pot again, where we are really bringing up from the depths of our soul things that still need to be brought into our awareness, things that we need to have illuminated so that we can enter into that state of neutrality with whatever is being presented. This, for some, can feel like old patterns or heartbreak or grief or emptiness, or kind of like the state of the void, right? We don't feel like really doing anything. We're not sure what's coming up for us or why it's coming up. We're just feeling a little bit off center. And what this is doing for us is it's giving us the opportunity to face head on the obstacles, the illusions, the wounding. And it's giving us an opportunity to get to the root of that perceived issue, block, or limitation, because each of these roots wear hundreds of different masks. And this is why so many of us experience the same issues a new way or with a new person over and over again, because we're not getting to the root of it. We're not going deep within ourselves. We are working still at a surface level, and they're really wanting the month of May to be something that allows us to go inward in a way of really connecting to our higher self, really connecting to our own body, to our own energy, connecting to the God within us. And the God within us is just our higher state of consciousness. We are the creators of our own reality. And when we realize that, we can take our power back. We can see a situation that may be occurring in our lives and not react to it as we once would. We can take that step back and step into that neutral state and see it with a whole new set of eyes. To see that it may not be an obstacle, it may be a stepping stone, taking us to that next level, to that next timeline that's already existing, that's already waiting, that we have been manifesting. But the reason why we're experiencing so much resistance and so much emptiness is because we have not taken that commitment to step in to that next level, that next step. And this is where the new moon in Taurus is really going to help with this, because this new moon energy really is about the commitment to ourselves, the commitment to our journey. That commitment to connecting, like once again, to that God within us, our higher self. Not only that, but understanding our energy so well that we build and this energetic field, if you will, that is our boundaries, that is our discernment. It's not about a protection bubble. It's really about emanating your core conscious light power out from your higher heart and your solar plexus combined. It's like building this force of energy that emanates out and creates this force field around you, which is made of your boundaries, your discernment, knowing that when you come into contact with somebody who's going to trigger a wound or present you with drama or chaos or turmoil, providing you with an opportunity to choose in that moment to sense your own energetic force field and to know that this is your moment, that this is your opportunity to step into that neutrality, to not allow them to rattle your cage, if you will, to find that peace within yourself. This is what we're all seeking when we speak of freedom. Freedom is our ability to be in any situation, circumstance, in front of any person, and be able to respond in a neutral way, not reacting from an emotional place, really allowing that energy to move through us, as what Metatron calls being the cloud, just allowing that energy to move through us so that we understand what's happening. We understand where that person's coming from, but we're not taking it personally. We're not attaching, because detachment at its core level is just neutrality. The new moon is going to take place on Saturday, May 4th at 7:03 Eastern Time. And like I said, once again, it's in Taurus. And this really is going to be pivotal energy. And we're going to be stepping into this around May 1st. We're going to be stepping into the energy of the moon. It's always 3 days before and 3 days after. I have this window, some call it a portal, where you can begin to feel the effects of this energy from the new moon, really wanting you to make that commitment to yourself and to your journey. And so if you've already been feeling that itch to take that next step, to commit, please know that this is not going to be the energy of doing the same thing a different way over again. This is going to be using new tools, new techniques, new methods. It's going to be pushing you to step outside your comfort zone, to do the thing that's going to shift everything, that's really going to test your commitment to yourself. But this is the soul evolution. This is you transforming your energetic field, your programming, your patterns at a cellular level. So there is a couple of exercises that I want to share with you that will help you through this energy, because when we're going through something where we may be faced with other timelines that are rising or deep wounding, we have an opportunity for rebirth, right? It's always the darkest before the dawn. This energy doesn't have to be one of suffering. It doesn't have to be one of emptiness and depression, or feeling like non-movement. It can be one of tremendous transformation. And that's the point of putting this information out there, is arming you so that you can choose in any moment. So in order to allow that rebirth to occur, what we need to do is really ramp up our self-care, really tuning into the grace within ourselves, holding space for the emotions that arise, allowing us to feel them in a safe and sacred way, allowing us to integrate. Because what you see, balance really is pain and joy. It is the same energy. It's just the other side of the coin, right? But the coin itself hasn't changed. We came here to find the shadow. We came here to envelop our light into that shadow, that wounding, that core fear, block, or limitation that we perceive as the thing that is stopping us from our desires or getting to that destination that we are all desiring. So 2 things that I want to share with you is, one is a lot of these timeline shifts have been causing us to have a lot of dreams, right? So we're having a lot of other fearful dreams or dreams that we are remembering, and has a lot of symbolism, a lot of connection. Our higher self works through our emotional body. And so our higher selves will always be speaking to us on a constant level. And when we're not listening to our emotional body in our awake awareness, then our higher self will speak to us in our dream state or through synchronicity or through any avenue that it can to communicate. And so in our dream states, we've been working through some fears that maybe don't need to be played out in the 3D reality, or having our higher selves communicate things to help us on our healing journey, bringing awareness to something through symbolism or through information that's already stored within our consciousness. So in the mornings, we're waking up, and for some, I've been hearing a lot of people waking up and feeling that heaviness of what they dreamed about the night before, having emotional triggers from it, feeling exhausted or lethargic, or just not having any motivation. So this first exercise is going to be quick, and it's something that I utilize on a daily basis. And if I don't, if for some reason I forget that day, it really does show up in my everyday life. And so it is really important to put this practice into motion. So before my feet hit the ground every day, I lay there in my bed. I spend about a minute, 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and I just ask for whatever densities or emotional heaviness that arise in my dream state to please rise to the surface to be released. And it's almost as if I feel this layer of energy rising to the top of my body, right? Just making space. And then I call in pure white light. Sometimes that's source energy. Sometimes it's the white diamond fire ray. It just depends, whatever day it is. And I feel, see, sense, know this energy coming in through my crown, through my third eye, through my throat, through my high heart, my regular heart, my solar plexus, my sacral, my root, and shooting out my feet. Almost as if it's cleaning my vessel, right? Cleaning the pipes, just clearing out that whatever energy needs to be cleared out, just giving me a fresh start, a resetting, if you will. And then I call forth the violet ray, and I do the same thing with the violet ray. I pull it through as a way of transforming or transmuting my energy. And I pull it through all of my chakras and out my feet, and then I see it swirling and expanding out around my body, creating this cocoon that clears my auric field. And when that is happening, I say this 3 times. I am well, and I only transmute for myself. What this does is this sets my energetic boundaries. It says that I will only transmute for myself. It doesn't say that I won't feel what another person is going through, or that I won't have that knowing of what it is that they are feeling. What it's saying is it's setting the boundary that I will not carry, attach to, or process another person's emotions for them. I am well, and I only transmute for myself. It's a really good practice. After a while, it becomes almost second nature, right? With like anything we do. The second exercise is going to be that connection with the higher self. So if you don't already have a meditation practice, this is a really good time to make new commitments to yourself and your journey. And you can do this simply by, at the very basic level, spending 20 minutes a day, if you can, if not more, just quiet, breathing, tuning into your heart, listening to your heartbeat, listening to your breath, and asking for your higher self to blend with your consciousness, right? To envelop your own energy and allow you to feel that higher state of being, allowing you to sense the different energies within your body, understanding at a higher level what yes and no means, when something is not okay and needs your attention, when something is a confirmation, and just tuning into whatever's in your highest and best to be worked on at that moment. That's just a very basic overview of that. And then the other piece of this is going to be a lot of grounding, okay? So this isn't really an exercise. If you follow me, you know that grounding to me is connecting our light body into this physical vessel of a body, because our body is our vehicle for our light. It's just like our car, our house. It's a temporary thing, but we do need to take care of it. So we need to be anchored into our body and really being present in this moment. When we're present, that's when we feel. When we're present, that's when we are in our awareness. Okay, so these are the things that are really going to help you through the month of May. And just a reminder that this month is about stepping into that neutrality. It's not about suffering. It is showing you that you are the creator of your reality and that you have the power to transform and rebirth whatever is going on in your reality into what you're actually desiring. This is setting the stage for these higher level activations that are coming in the coming months, especially towards the end of July with the Galactic New Year. July for me is always an intense month of activations, of heavy meditation, of just up leveling my consciousness and my game. So this is kind of setting that stage for a lot of you who are really preparing to step into that light. Thank you again for joining me. I will be back in the middle of the month for an update. Namaste.